Snakes planted that way all along.
You think everyone will be okay?
Okay, being blasted into oblivion? You could say. We mustn't rush to conclusions. Better explanation for that.
So we stay on the road?
Like we have a choice.
Congratulations. So that's the trailer I saw.
Hey everybody, is everybody ready for the Final Fantasy 15 panel? Well then, let's welcome the lead game designers of Final Fantasy 15, Haas and Son, who are here from Tokyo.
Years ago, and it was really memorable. I just love the culture, the mix of cultures of academic and, style,
And the seafood, yeah.
Oh yeah, and the seafood, of course. Okay. So, welcome to Behind the Game Designs of Final Fantasy 15, PAX East panel, everyone. And shout out to all of you who's watching from Square Enix Presents and Twitch. Where's the camera? Yeah, there. Okay. I hope you are all having fun at PAX East. I wish I could be there with you, but I'm attending my daughter's graduation today. I believe you're all in good hands though with Haas and Son. Oh, thank you. Who are great representatives of our team. We have a great presentation in store for you with some detail that has never been shared before. Don't forget that Final Fantasy 50 HD comes out in just 10 days with the Final Fantasy 15 episode Duscae demo included. Please enjoy the presentation and I'll see you soon. Yep, that was Hajime Tabata.
それじゃあ、みんなで楽しんでください。
Let's have fun. Let's have fun. Alright, so yeah, he's a family man. He's going to attend his daughter's graduation today. So, very busy. So, retaining the charm and packaging it into a new experience. That is what making best Final Fantasy is about. The question is, what is the charm of Final Fantasy? You can just look at the title to know what it is. It is fantasy. Not final. Right? So, we have to create new worlds, create new experiences, immerse you in new stuff, a lot of stuff. So, that's why we created fantasy. However, with advanced technology and the growing user needs, we have to make sure that the fantasy comes with believability.
One more charm of Final Fantasy series that some of the people take for granted is the fact that in Final Fantasy series, you will never be alone. There's always a party of buddies with you. And there are lots of games that the heroes travel alone in the world, but not in Final Fantasy series, and especially not in Final Fantasy 15, because your friends are always there with you. They follow you, not behind you, but they walk beside you. So that's very new for the game. And with this combined with the storyline and the fact that how to say that we want to create believability in the game, we decided to package the concept of adventure with buddies into the form of a road trip in Final Fantasy 15.
Alright, so Final Fantasy 15 is a game of a road trip with your best buddies in a fantastical yet believable world. Yep, big word, big word. However, the reason why I repeated this sentence is because that we must make sure that all core design stem from this philosophy.
The battle tutorial inside the game too. Please welcome Master Gladio Bootcamp. Yeah, and he's also a teacher in the game too, so let's see it.
I'm going all out. Just don't get too carried away. Show when to talk.
So the battle is all about defending and attacking. In Final Fantasy 15, you can press the defense button to avoid enemy attack. You can hold it and they will automatically avoid. But MP will be, it will cost MPs. So if you're an advanced player, you might want to push the defense button just in time. And also for the attack, you can hold attack button to do combination attack. But if you don't like the idea of hold button, you can push it repeatedly to do the same thing. And please note that not 6 weapons have been changed automatically. So it's all about switching between defense and attack at the right time. And that's rule number 1 from Gladiolus. And in this game, your HP and MP generate automatically. But when your HP reaches 0, you will be in a danger status, and if you attack more and more, you will be eventually be a game over. But your friend will rescue it for you, so you don't worry. In this game, you can warp by using a warp button, and with warp button, you can warp to high places, or when you lock on to target, you can warp right to the enemy. Well, Gladiolus might not be fast, but for fast enemy, warping and doing attack combination is really useful. But beware that warping costs MP. And also there are techniques which is ability that is embedded in your weapons, the weapon you're equipping. But it costs MPs too. So do lots of defense, do lots of warp, do lots of techniques, but beware MP. Because if when your MP is 0, you will be in the status. And in the status you cannot guard, and that's very dangerous. So, just wait and it will recover automatically. But if you can't wait, just cover or go to the high place and your recover will be very fast. That's cheating. So, use technique, use warp, use defense, but try to manage your MP wisely. That's rule number 2 for Gladiolus.
I love playing jokes. So,
I know that.
first we'll talk about the buddies in Final Fantasy 15. Now, I always have dinner with Uncle, maybe once in a while, and then he always complains to me that people don't look at my buddies enough. The only time people notice the buddies is when they walk into a tree. In one of the active I report.
Well, that's what's in September, and the good news is that they don't walk into trees anymore.
Thank God for that.
And come to think of it, we have never properly, introduced all the buddies to you before, they are just in the trailer, but, So I think it's good time we properly introduce them to you, and we're doing it now. So let's go for the introductions. First for Gladiolus. He's the eldest in all 4, and he's been well trained since he was young, so he's the strongest and the bravest in all 4. He's always fight in the front of the battles, but yet he's always laid back and relaxed. And he cares a lot about his friends, and so he tries to shout advice that is not all his own business, like, "Hey now, are you right? Frontal, don't miss the target."
I try to imitate Gladiolus.
He's not a bossy. Yep. And he has the highest HP in all 4, so he's the hardest one to die. And in episode Duscae, he's equipped with weapons that allow him to use a technique called the Brave Slash that deals a lot of damage to the enemies. So he's very useful. And the next one is Iggy. Yeah, you might see his picture and wonder why he's so shiny. Well, that's not the design, that's the rain reflections. Yeah, that's not the design, yep. So Ignis has no Noctis in their child, and well, he wants to be Noctis counsel, so well, he has been studying a lot and he has a lot of knowledge and he likes to cook. And in battles, he's always, well, stay by Noctis side, trying to protect him. And he might fight ferociously, but he never went too far. He's always come back and try to protect Noctis. And when I say protect, I mean he can use a magic cure in episode Duscae. So he can use cure to himself, he can use cure to his buddies, and that's very helpful. And also in the episode Duscae, he is equipped with a weapon that allows him to use a technique called Venom Struck, which deals poison status to the enemies. And that's also very useful in the long-term battles. And for the last one, we have Prompto here. He is Noctis' classmate, and unlike Gladiolus and Ignis, he has never been trained how to fight before. So he's always anxious in the battles. You know, he tries to run around, trying to be useful. Yep,
Very acrobatic.
yeah. You know, he tried to show off and sometimes miss himself and, well, but he never gave up. He always tried hard. And that's his good point. And in episode Duscae, he has a special technique. And in episode Duscae, he has a special technique called the bullet bind that will put the enemy in the bind status and the enemy will get weak there. And my recommend is that you can use your technique like jump to, well, deal lots of damage at that time. He's very useful. And that concludes the introduction of 3 buddies. Well, who is your favorite?
Sorry?
Who is your favorite?
Favorite, Cindy?
No, I mean the 3 guys.
Oh, sorry. Okay, Prompto. I think because before I joined Square Enix, I always thought that Prompto is this, trope, joke character, comic relief, that always tells jokes and misses and gets bullied at the end of the day.
No,
right?
it's not.
Yeah, exactly. So I like the fact that, he tries his best to be useful in battle, despite missing a lot of things. Right?
Yeah, he's always smart, but inside he really tries so hard. And when we design character, we try to put depth into characters, not only for Prompto, but for Gladiolus and Ignis also. And you can explore their characteristics, not only in the cutscene, but throughout the gameplay. It's all there in the motions, all there in everything, everywhere in the game. So be sure to play it. Yeah. And so we go a little bit more about design concept of the buddies. So
he walked halfway through this route, and then he walked towards the dungeon without going in front, right? You guys want to see what's beyond this route? Alright, that's it.
Away another day. You have any birds in need of a bite?
Sure do. They've all been waiting for you to come around again. Thanks for keeping them hungry for us. Till next time.
BRB. Alright, so welcome to this Chocobo Pose, everyone. Team B, how's Chocobo Pose on this Chocobo Pose? By revealing the town just now, the outpost, we have also revealed Yoko Shimomura-san's new song, which is the Chocobo remix song, right? Chocobo theme song. We just love her music. So her music follows the theme of what outposts should be, and it should be a relaxing place, right? You should, because the problem with outposts is that unlike big towns that have very clear boundaries between the town and the world map, outposts are right smack into the world map. So we have to make sure that you feel the stress of battle, but when you get into the town or the outpost, then you feel relaxed again, right? So that is the concept, relax, the third concept. So let's show you guys never before seen artwork of Chocobo Post. That is Wiz, everyone? Yep.
Does anyone think the same thing I do? And a tummy.
Wait, shut up. I don't have a tummy. No.
You don't?
Okay, this is Wiz. I don't want to spoil too much, but he's a very, very passionate Chocobo rider. So he used to ride Chocobos a lot, and he wants to spread that love for Chocobo riding. And he created this Chocobo Post. And on top of just creating the post, he has also created merchandise. So this is the first time you can actually eat Gizzard greens in a potato chip form, right? And he also has keychains and all that. So yeah, he's trying to appeal to the young people about Chocobo riding. And this is the overall concept art for Chocobo Post. So we have two concepts here. Number one is, well, it's Chocobo, so it's yellow, right? Yep. Yeah, and that's why I'm wearing a yellow shirt today, by the way. And second thing, it has to be relaxing, and we want to make sure that it follows the objective of Wiz. So we didn't create a Chocobo farm. We created a place for Chocobo riders to rest after their long Chocobo ride. So which is why Wiz has put in some tables, you know, delivers food and all that. So that is the Chocobo Post art. Now, in the final game, you'll be able to ride Chocobos. Okay, you'll be able to rent Chocobos from this place. Yep, but in episode Duscae, because the Digimon is running amok at in this current storyline, so I'm sorry, no Chocobo rentals for episode Duscae. Sorry, I tried my best. Okay, and one more thing, this is just a preview of what towns are really like. So in the final game, you'll see the full package, but with the Chocobo Post, I would like you to have a little preview of how the NPCs live their lives. You know, they eat, they sleep, they go home and all that, and also, you know, stuff like shops, you know, systems. We also remove some of the quests that lead you outside of this portion of Duscae. So please, when you play episode Duscae, please come to visit Chocobo Post. Now, the last concept is